Good morning, Jai Hind, बच्चों. In the last class, we had discussed the meaning of private sector and public sector. And in the last class, also we discussed that how many types of public sector is there. In the last class, we discussed the first type of public sector, which is known as departmental undertaking. We had discussed the advantages, features, merits and demerits of a limitation of departmental undertaking. In today's chapter, in today's class, we will discuss the statutory corporation or public corporation. So statutory corporation or public corporation is also the part of public sector. So what is the difference between the departmental undertaking and the public corporation? One major difference which is there between the public sector, public corporation and departmental undertaking is that for departmental undertaking, any special act is not there. No registration is required, no special act is required. Only by the control and governance of a minister with concerned ministry, the departmental undertaking is running. Oldest form of public sector, and it is controlled and governed by a ministry. But in the statutory corporation, a public corporation, that is controlled and governed by a special act of parliament. What is the meaning of this line? We will understand one by one. So first, statutory corporation are public enterprises brought into existence by a special act of parliament. So this public corporation is coming in existence by a special act. Government have to pass a special act in parliament which is only for that particular public corporation. For example, Insurance Act is there, which is controlling the LIC. Banking Regulation Act is there. Okay. National Highway Authority Act is there. So these all act is controlling, managing, governing the related public corporation. Now, as we know in departmental undertaking, the total function, power, rules and regulations are decided by the concerned ministry. But in the public corporation, it is not like that. Who decide the act? Who decide the power, function and regulation of employees and relationship with the government department? The act is deciding. Suppose I'm just taking an example. One act is there, Banking Regulation Act 1949, which govern all the banking sector. RBI is governing all the banking sector. So what will happen in banking sector? How the bank will functionize? What are the power of bank? What are the power of RBI? How the relation of RBI with the government? All things will be mentioned and decided in Banking Regulation Act 1949. So what 2 points we covered, beta? Number one, that public corporation is formed by a special act, and that special act is passed in parliament. And second, that act only give the power, function, rules, regulation, everything to the concerned public corporation. Now, some examples. That is what Airport Authority of India, National Highway Authority of India, Central Warehousing Corporation, LIC of India, RBI, ICAI, all that is considered as public corporation. Getting my point? Acha ji. So, like RBI you can say, State Bank of India you can say. What is the mainly difference? One more difference is there between the departmental undertaking and public corporation. Departmental undertaking is dependent on the ministry. All the finance budget is passed by ministry and all the finance is managed by ministry. But public corporations are independent. Independent with a clear instructions. They are independent to utilize their finance, what they are earning. Okay, so this 3 point for the public corporation. I hope now it is clear. It is come in existence by a special act. Act give all the powers and function, and it is independent organization. Now, second one, features of public corporation. The first one is that generally it is financed by the central or state government. Just a minute. So generally financed by central state government means, देखो बेटा, they are independent. They are independent organization, and generally they are borrowing the fund from the central or state government for starting. Okay, and central government, like suppose who is in power in central government? Mr. Narendra Damodar Das Modi, BJP party. And who is in state government? Mr. Yogi Adityanath ji from BJP government. So both are they generally they are getting the finance from the centralized state government in the form of loan, and they can take the loan from public also. They can borrow the fund from public also. Third one, they have a separate legal entity. What is the meaning of separate legal entity? Means separate identification. It means they can purchase, they can sell the assets by their name only. So let's revise the first 3 points quickly. Number 1, the public corporations are independent organization. They can borrow the fund from public and government. Generally they are taking the loan from the central or state government. Second, they have to frame their own policies procedure with the scope of state legislature. देखो जी, we are knowing the departmental undertaking. All policies are with concerned ministry, but in public corporation, all the framework of their own policies are governed, managed, and formed by the public corporation only under the guidance of that particular act. Okay, अच्छा जी. What is the main motive? Again, the main motive of this particular statutory corporation or public corporation is better service to public and make adequate profit. Okay, अच्छा. Now, this particular point also, like in departmental undertaking, they have to follow a government civil code for appointment of the employees. But in public corporation, they can recruit and appoint their employees with their service conditions. Remember this line, their service conditions, not as per the government civil service code. So sixth one is very important. And what is the sixth one is that in the departmental undertaking, the recruitment appointment process is done with the help of civil service code of the government. But in public corporation, what is thing is happening exactly, the employees are appointed and recruited not with the help of civil service code, with the help of that particular public corporation service conditions. And seventh one is in departmental undertaking. Basically what happened that a lot of government interference is there, and it should be, it may be. Why so? Because it is directly and controlled by a ministry. But a public corporation is not directly and controlled by a ministry, it is controlled by a act. Act give all the rules and regulations, what they have to do, what they don't have to do. So government interference will be there because it is a public sector. Although it is managed and controlled by the government only, but the government interference is very less because everything is decided and managed by the act. Okay. So here two questions. Two question is there. Is public corporation appointment rules are same as departmental undertaking? Comment. Is public corporation department rules are same as departmental undertaking? This is the first question, what I suppose that you have to give the answer. And second one is that how we can say that in public corporation government interference is very low. Give the answer of this two in the comment box right now. How we can say that in public corporation government interference is very less? 2 minutes you have. The first one, no. Departmental undertaking appointment rules are totally different from public corporation. And how we can say that in public corporation government interference is less? Because the public corporation is managed and followed the rules of the established particular act. So government interference will be very less in the public corporation. Chalo ji, we will discuss now what are the features. Already we discussed. Now what are the merits of public corporation? So beta, basically the 4 merits are there. The first one is autonomy. Autonomy means free, independent, freedom, external control. That is considered as a autonomy. And how it is getting autonomy? Because the public corporation is governed and controlled under the guidelines of the act. So there is a very less government interference. And because of that, they are free to take a respective decision, take particular decision under the limitation of the act freedom. Okay, so that is beta very simple, that they are enjoying the freedom of the working style. They are enjoying the freedom of just a minute. They are enjoying the freedom of working style, and they are enjoying the freedom of independency in public corporation as compared to departmental undertaking. And why so? Because of less government interference. And how the less government interference is there? If government interference is there, so who will manage? Act will manage. The act which is already passed in parliament have some rules and regulation, and every business have to follow that particular, every business means every public corporation have to follow that rules and regulation, and under the limitation of that rules and regulation they are free to take their decision. Okay. अच्छा, absence of political interference. As the central government and state governments are not directly financing the public corporation, they are giving the borrowed fund, they are giving loan to the public corporation, but directly their finance is not involved. They are not managing the finance. The finance management is again independent. Like in departmental undertaking, they are creating the budget, they are sanctioning the finance, they are utilizing the finance of departmental undertaking in any other areas also. But in public corporation, what happened, beta? In public corporation, a statutory corporation, they are taking the borrowed fund from the central government, the state government, from the public, but they are managing their finance independent. So the political interference will be very less, because they have to manage, regulate, governing the business as per their defined act. As per their defined act. That's why it will be considered as an absence of political interference. Like in SBI, there is no use of Rahul Gandhi, there is no use of Narendra Modi. SBI will do all the work as per the guidelines of Banking Regulation Act 1949, instruction given by RBI. Getting my point? This is what absence of political interference. Quick and prompt decision, that is also a merit of public corporation. In departmental undertaking, we had discussed the word red tapism. So what is the meaning of red tapism? First you tell me, then we will proceed for the third point. What is the meaning of red tapism? In the comment box, you tell me. What is the meaning of red tapism? In comment box, you tell me. Red tapism is a lot of paperwork. Red tapism, those who had not attended the class yesterday, red tapism is a lot of paper work. So in departmental taking, for taking every decision, you have to consult to ministry. A lot of paperwork will be there, and it is the decisions, if decisions are finalized, that decisions are too much delayed. But in public corporation, they are autonomous body, they are independent, they are not, the government interference is very less, so they are taking the very quick decision. In here, it will, I would like to mention one point. In some areas, at some time, it is necessary to discuss with the government and taking the prior permission of the government to take the decision, but in some areas only, in some time only. Generally, they are taking their decision by the public corporation rules and regulation only. That's why the decision is very quick and less red tapism is there. Ease of raising capital. As we know that public corporation can take the finance from central government, from state government, and from public. So whenever they want to raise their capital, whenever they want to increase the capital, easily they can increase the capital by issuing the securities. And by issuing the securities, by taking the loan from the public, by taking the loan from central government, by taking the loan from state government, they can increase their capital. Okay, so these all are advantages. Chalo ji, quickly I revise all that. First one is autonomy. They are free from the government interference because they all are independent of operation. Second one is absence of political interference is not there. Finance and everything is managed by the rules and regulation of the act. So the political interference is not there in the organization. Political decision will be not influence, a political decision will not affect the decision of the public corporation. Quick and prompt decision. There is a less chances of red tapeism because all the decisions are taken by the public corporation itself. Like in the departmental taking, it is not taking the decision itself. Every decision have to be transferred to the ministry, and ministries are taking the decision, and after that decision is implemented in departmental undertaking. So that take a long time. But in quick and prompt decision in public corporation, the decisions are quickly taken, and it is sometimes some decisions are there which need some special permission. For that only they have to consent to the government. As of raising capital, whenever they want to raise the capital, they can take the borrowed fund from the central government, from the state government, from the public, and they can increase their capital. So here we are with the demerits of public corporation. And what are the demerits, beta? Number 1, no flexibility in operation. So generally it is there that it is a very autonomous body, it is independent, freedom from external control, but the fact is what? In reality, in each and every operation are subject to many rules and regulations. And when it is the matter of many rules and regulations, sometimes political pressure is also there, then flexibility is not there to take the decision. Freedom is not there to take the decision. Okay. So this is the first demerit. Again, I am explaining this. No flexibility in operation mean that on paper it is autonomous body, on paper it is freedom from external control, but for taking each and every decision, you have to follow the so much rules and regulations, and because of following the so much rules and regulation, the flexibility in operation is very less, very less. Second beta, that misuses of power. Misuses of power means that the public corporation is controlled, managed by itself only, under the guidelines of the act. No big boss is there. Like in departmental taking, ministry is the big boss. They cannot manage by itself. So when the powers are in the hand of that, the corruption will come. And when corruption will come, that is what? Misuses of power. So in public corporation, the chances of corruption is also very high. Okay, why so? Because it is the autonomous body and freedom from external control, and no big boss is there. Third one is lack of efficiency. What is the meaning of lack of efficiency? Generally, governments are appointing the advisors who are not very much professional in the management sectors. Professionals, experts of management is not there to manage the public corporations. Generally, the heads are the government officers only. And because of that, the efficiency level is not that much good. And fourth one is that everyone is knowing political interference could be there. It is there in merit that absence of political interference. But that is what this political interference is. Basically what? This political interference is basically on paper. In reality, a lot of political interference is there in public corporation. Like when RBI's directors are selected, when RBI governors are selected, okay, when RBI officials are selected, when RBIs are making the policy, a lot of political interference is there. Similarly with the LIC also, similarly with the Airport Authority of India also, similarly with the National Authority of India also, Highway Authority of India also. So everywhere the political interference is there in reality, and that is the demerit of public cooperation. Okay, so these all are merits and demerits of public cooperation. Now I'm just reading a one particular case study. You guys listen, okay, and give me the answer of that. Just wait for a minute. I will share the case, this particular case study in the group also, so you can do the practice from there also. Chalo ji. Which bank has the most number of ATM across India? Which bank has the largest coverage network across India? तो बेटा मतलब most number of ATMs and the largest coverage network across India. Tell me the name of that bank. Tell me the name of that bank in the comment section. Which bank have the most number of ATMs? And which bank have the largest coverage network across India? Tell me. Click. And it is a very well-known name. And I must say that you had seen that also. So that is what that is known as SBI. Now beta, I'm just telling you, and you please listen the case carefully. State Bank of India is one such bank. It particularly in the rural sector, and its sheer tenures of customer has been well documented in the past. SBI undertook an enormous image overhauling effort in 2005. Okay? So basically, that in that particular case study, which I will share with you, in that the SBI is a bank which have the most number of ATMs in India and which have the largest coverage network across India. So what question is there? Which form of public enterprises is SBI? So SBI is which form of public sector? So beta, SBI is under the Banking Regulation Act, and for SBI a special act is there, and when for SBI controlling and managing one particular special act is there, because of the special act it will be coming to public cooperation. Yeah, that is how we can say that SBI is a public corporation, because SBI is managed, controlled by an special act. Okay? And it is formed by remember this, SBI Act 1950. So it is formed and managed by SBI Act 1950. Now a general question is there, the second one. What step has been taken by SBI to project a new image for itself? So now SBI become very high tech, and now SBI is try to be more customer friendly with customers. Okay, and you have to tell one more thing, that any limitation of SBI as what? Any limitation of SBI as public corporation. So flexibility in operation, misuses of power, lack of efficiency, that all you can mention it. Okay beta, so that much for today. So today we discuss what? Let's have a quick look. Statutory corporation, a public corporation, we discussed what is that. It is for this particular of public corporation a special act is required. We had discussed the features of statutory corporation. We have discussed that all the frame of policies and procedures are by a special act, and that is totally different from departmental undertaking. A part of that we had discussed also that what are the merits of public cooperation, what are the demerits of public cooperation, and one case study based on SBI. Okay, why SBI is coming under which public sector? It is coming under public cooperation. And what SBI are doing nowadays to build up their image more reputed. So high-tech facilities and more friendly to the customer. So take care, bye-bye, keep studying. And one more thing what I want to say, that please prepare the notes by the day itself. Thank you very much.